Good morning. My name is Sonya Starr, and I'm the Policy Director at Housing Alliance Delaware. As I am writing this article, the temperature has dropped again outside to the normal February 35 degrees. Easy to brush off. After all, I'm typing this sitting right next to a hot radiator. In Delaware alone, though, last night over 1,300 people were homeless, which meant they slept outside in a car, tent, or an emergency shelter if they were lucky. The people who called after all the shelter beds were taken, don't own a car or tent, might have slept in 35 degrees outside on a bus bench, sidewalk grate, or under an office awning. Normal February 35 degrees takes on a different meaning when you think about that being the option. Recently, I've been studying the Pew study, which shows that the number of people who are homeless is connected to the cost of apartments, which is connected to the number of available, safe, and affordable housing. For example, Minneapolis, Minnesota is said to have solved the homeless crisis. Why? Minneapolis has invested in increasing its affordable, safe, and available housing by 11.9%. As a result, their rent has only increased by negative 2%, and their homeless rate is negative 13%. In comparison, the United States has only invested in increasing our safe, affordable, and available housing by 3%. Rental costs have gone up by 30%, and the homeless rate has increased by 12%. In Delaware today, we are short 20,000 units of housing for those who make the least in our community. Our child care workers, janitors, cleaning ladies, gardeners, waiters, waitresses, cashiers, or poultry workers, to name a few. These are people who work full-time, doing jobs we want them to do, and cannot afford to find a place to live in the same state they work. In the new needs assessment the Delaware State Housing Authority just published, 48% of all people who work in hospitality and entertainment industry are cost burdened. 48%. In other words, half of everybody, nearly half of everybody who works in hospitality or entertainment are daily choosing to pay their rent or buy medicine, pay their utility bill, or give their children money for school supplies. I wonder what it would mean to say to the actor in the play that I'm going to see, or the waitress in the restaurant where I am going to be served after Shabbat, that I really appreciate the work you're doing. And to show you that appreciation, I'm going to give you access to safe, affordable, and available apartment. In Deuteronomy 15:9, it is written, Efes ki lo yiyeh becha evion, ki varek yivarechecha Adonai ba'aretz asher Adonai Elohecha noten lecha nachala l'rishta. There shall be no needy among you, since your God has truly blessed you in the land that Adonai your God is giving you as an inheritance to inherit. If, and only if, Rakim Shemo Tishma Bechol Adonai Lecha, Lishmor Lasat Ekol HaMitzvah Hazot, Asher Nocha Mitzvah Hayom. If only you heed Adonai your God and keep care to keep all the instructions that I enjoy upon you this day. And what is it that God is commanding us? Well, if you keep reading in the same chapter, it says, if, however, there is needy person among you, do not harden your heart and shut your hand. Rather, you must open your hand, and this is the crucial part, and lend whatever is sufficient to meet the need. What is sufficient to meet their needs. Did you know that someone who is low income, who has the government guaranteed housing choice voucher, can wait 2 years with that voucher in their hand before they find a landlord who will accept it? Or that there are 57 municipalities in Delaware, each one has the right to refuse to build affordable housing? And right now, only 4 municipalities of the 57 have tried to build safe and affordable housing anywhere near the local need. Did you know that it costs about $250,000 to build 1 unit of affordable and safe housing? Can you imagine what that would mean if we took seriously our mandate to provide affordable and safe housing for all our residents? Often, when I start talking numbers, I'm told I'm only one person. What can I do? It reminds me of a folktale of a person walking on the beach who came across another person surrounded by beach starfish. and the other person was throwing the starfish back into the water, one starfish at a time. When they got to talking, the person wandering down the beach asked the starfish savior, did he know that what he was doing will never be effective? Because for every one starfish he saved, there were hundreds that would die on the beach. Without skipping a beat, he bent down, lifted up the starfish, and said, it was effective for this one, and then threw it back into the water. I imagine what would have happened if he had added, it would be even twice as effective if you would join me. Why don't you go back home and call your friends and have them come out? Or better yet, go to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and demand they do something to save all the starfish. Maybe it's enough that there are individuals that we help, individuals that our presence in their lives make a difference. Or maybe, as a colleague taught me, it is not only enough to give someone fish or to teach them how to fish. We also must make sure there's enough fish in the water for them to catch and eat, not just enough to serve me next time I go out to eat. What am I asking from each one of us, including myself? I'm asking you not to surround your heart with a callous so deep that you don't shed a tear when you learn that 1 out of 4 of all homeless people in Delaware are under the age of 18. That we don't turn off this recording without making a pledge to be part of the solution, to donate, to volunteer to help those we meet, but not to stop there. In addition, to get involved in the housing advocacy movement, to learn how to effectively advocate for state and affordable housing for all Delawareans. There are 2 cities in the United States that have effectively solved the homeless problem. They are each larger than the whole state of Delaware. What if we decided not only to be the first state to believe in the democratic experiment, but also the first state in the whole country to solve homelessness? Now that would be something to be truly proud of. My name is Sonya Starr, and if you would like more information on how to get more involved, please contact me at SONYASTARR, Sonya Starr at housingalliancede.org. Thank you and have a blessed day.